Good morning, everyone. Oh, not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you could have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to episode 67 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, along with fellow eggs Brian Haremza and Matt M. I want to thank all of you for the positive feedback from last week. Hope you enjoyed my observations. Some of you do, some of you obviously don't. But you keep clicking and you keep commenting, because even the negative can be a positive. Speaking of positive, we do something here called Sunny Side Up. It's our good news of the week. And Bryant, what do you got for us this week?
Sunny side up is something that I haven't even discussed with my fellow eggs. So this will be a surprise to them. Brad might be a little excited. I know Matt won't be. So Sue and I have been talking for a while about doing something, and we finally pulled the trigger. Were we prepared? Of course not. But you always got to try. And so as of yesterday, Sue and I have this dog. His name is
Oh.
Max. He is a German Shepherd Beagle mix,
Oh, wow.
and he was an owner surrender. So they from the shelter here. So part of the shelter policy is you have to have him neutered. So we had to wait a few days to have him fixed. But we picked him up yesterday, and he is now in the house. Um, he is great. He's very chill, very relaxed. Our current pets not very happy, but not the point. We do have this lovable little scamp in the home now. So this is Max, sunny side up.
Max. Great. Max named after the Grinches, Max?
No idea. That was his name
Oh,
already, and
right.
I just didn't feel like changing it.
I can see the beagle eyes. You tricked us. Just want to let you know
Yeah,
that.
I did that on purpose.
So, well,
Trust me, did
congratulations, my man.
trust
Looks
me,
like a good.
did the same thing with my mom. Not as happy when I told her either.
Wow, that went not well.
Yeah,
No.
I am going to include one more thing here, and it's a PSA from me. There's one more picture here. I'm going to include of Max. So there's a close up of Max here. His tongue sticks out, as you guys can see here. This is a PSA from me. If you at any point in your life hurt your animals, I hope you enjoy hell. That is part of the reason Max is on an intake from as an owner surrender. He was abused by his previous owner to the point that his owner actually knocked out part of his teeth, which is why his tongue sticks out. So if you see animals getting hurt, please report it. Please turn these people in because they shouldn't have pets. And that's my PSA for the day. So
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, thank you for that, Bryant. I don't have a comment on that because that's not nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Congratulations. I was gonna say, was it Max named after the Grinch dog because it almost kind of looks like that.
yeah, it
it does
does.
a little bit, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got one here, short and sweet. I was at Walmart yesterday, and about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's a lot of things I've been confused about. People are not confused about when people describe me. Let's say that people say that bald guy. People say sometimes that skinny guy. You know what nobody ever says? That tall guy, right? Because I'm only about 5'8", which I mean isn't circus freak short, but I'm most people are taller than me, men, man, at least male. So I'm at Walmart and I'm in. I don't even remember what aisle it was because it doesn't even matter. But the woman looks at me and says, "You're tall. Can you go ahead and get these items off the top shelf?" I go, "You know what? Yes, I can. I most certainly can." And she goes, "Can you do one more?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I grabbed two. She goes, "You're wonderful." And then another short woman was behind her. She goes, "I have to do that all the time too." I'm like, I felt like a king. I felt like the king of Walmart. I have finally
You're
made it.
you're Gulliver.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was really pleased with that. I've never been confused for tall ever, even when I was sort of tall when I was younger. So it was nice to hear. And they're on my Christmas list for sure.
There
So
you
sunny side up.
go.
I can sympathize.
Which brings us to you, Matt. Let's
So I
have it.
have
Let's the
I have
rundown here.
what's that?
Let's have the rundown.
I've got a sunny side up and a follow up. The sunny side up is this silver medal, second place. Why am I wearing it? Well, my son's roller hockey team made it to the finals of their age group. Unfortunately, we did lose the championship match. Although my son did actually score a goal in it, which was very exciting. But they had an early lead. They couldn't sustain it there was this superstar kid on the other team that he played the entire game. You know, hockey, there's line shifts, right? You play, you rest, you play, you rest. He played the entire game, and they beat us. Too bad, but it was a very successful season, and they all got silver medals, and so did I, because I was one of the coaches. So
Hmm.
we got a nice photo with everybody in the medals. So that was pretty cool. I was very happy for him. Now he also played. Um, he was a helper for the older team because he was kind of on the fringe of the age groups. And he played with their entire playoff run as well, which was very exciting. And this they had their championship. They actually had a championship series, and they had their final game on the same day, a few hours apart, and they lost as well. So two second place finishes, but still pretty darn good. It was a fun season. It was very weather ravaged because it's an outdoor winter sport that we play. Um, but it was very fun. We're very proud of him and the teammates, and it was good. It was neat to get a medal, you know.
Very nice.
So are you just retired from soccer, but not coaching in general?
What did I retire from?
Soccer.
Base
You're,
T-ball.
I thought you were
Yeah,
Oh, it
a
was
soccer coach.
soccer.
soccer because I was a fill-in coach. I never actually was a soccer coach. I was a fill-in coach.
Still counts. I
Yeah, I think
I
mean,
was
that
1-0,
counts.
right? Or 2-0?
So
Yeah.
I believe, yeah. And then you retired. So I didn't know
And
if it
then
was all
retired.
coaching or just
No, I
soccer.
unretired. Yeah, I Ric Flaired it a little
he
bit.
also got some kind of penalty because he played his kid for too long.
That's
No,
true.
I
Wasn't
don't
that what
do.
we talked about on off air?
Yeah.
I don't do things. I don't do things like that. My follow-up is last week, Bryant, you were talking about the Planet of the Apes, and I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole there because there's an awful lot of movies. And I said, I was pretty sure the Tim Burton remake made a lot of money. And I also was pretty sure there was a lot of recent Planet of the Apes movies, so I educated myself a little bit. Yes, one, two, three, four. There have been five Planet of the Apes movies starting since 2001. So there was like five of them in the 70s.
Mhm.
And the 2001 was the Tim Burton, a standalone, which did not have a sequel, as we discussed. $362 million. That's a good haul.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't well liked or reviewed, that's a lot of money. Then they rebooted it again with the James Franco one in 2011, which we mentioned. $481 million dollars
Hmm.
for Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That is a lot of money. Sequel to that, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in 2014, $710 million dollars. I mean, that's like on a list of probably on a list of like top 100 movies of all time for money. That was followed up in 2017 with War for the Planet of the Apes, which made 490. Okay, we're down a lot from 710, but again, any movie making almost $500 million dollars is a monster success. And then I think there was another, I think those three were like a set. And then I think
Hmm.
they've started a new set because I have not seen any of these except the Tim Burton Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes from 2024,
Yep.
397 million. So again, down from the previous one, but $400 million dollars. I mean, they're going to keep making these things if they're making hundreds of millions.
Yep.
I
And
am
and I,
absolutely, I am blown away.
and I do like the new versions. The new versions since the James Franco The Rise, the trilogy they put out, I thought was great as well. Kind of helps cultivate the story and give you a little more back. And with CGI now, it just the
Sure.
movie looks amazing. So
I mean, I'm blown away. And the question that I have to ask myself now is, do I need to watch all these movies?
I mean, I like them, but I mean that's your call on that.
I mean, the problem with me is I would have to watch them all. Like I'd have to go back to the very first one and watch all five of those from the 70s and then watch all the new ones.
I don't know about
Why?
that.
That's
They don't
how
tie
my
It's
together.
absolutely ridiculous.
They don't
that's how
tie
my
together at
brain,
all.
sorry, that's how my brain works.
Hmm.
It's a lot of
It's funny you
hours.
say all this though, because I also went down a rabbit hole. I would like you guys to know that let's say after the first three Jurassic Parks, there were Jurassic Worlds. There's uh, one, two, three, and then recently, though that was a trilogy, and now there was one in 2025.
Yep, Rebirth.
Yes, Jurassic World, the first one made 1.67 billion. Fallen Kingdom is the second one. It made 1.3 billion. The third one, darn it, I can't remember the name, 1.001 billion. And The Rebirth, 869 million.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I did something similar. And I
You
watched
mean
the second Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which I hated.
is that the one with the crops battle?
No,
No.
it's the one where they go to the island and
Oh,
there's a
the black
volcano
market thing?
to escape. Yeah,
Uh
off.
I, that one sucks.
It's disturbing.
And I didn't like the third one either. Or
Yeah, I heard that was
the
bad.
one with the crops. No, didn't like it. I liked the first Jurassic World.
Yeah, very good.
And Rebirth was all right. I mean, Scarlett Johansson was in it, so.
Yeah, so just yeah, definitely went downhill a little bit, but there's still great effects. But yeah.
And they're again, if they're making that much money,
Mhm.
they're gonna keep making them.
They're spending
Yeah,
200 million to make 800 million. They're going to make
Yeah,
yeah,
it.
yeah,
exactly.
Wow, kept going, huh?
Good use of the topic of down the rabbit hole, by the way.
yeah.
Speak of don't worry, because this hard boil is not really hard boiled because I'm not that angry. But I will say this. I don't know if you guys notice I'm a little, I don't know, quite not maybe as energetic as I should be, right?
A little slow.
A little slow. And that's because I am getting over the stomach flu. I was very, very violently sick for 2 days. And I'll tell you, there's not much worse than being sick when nobody's here. My wife is in Fort Worth, Texas. My daughter did was able to stop in a little bit, but she was also under the weather. Man, all by yourself with three very active dogs. You'll learn, Bryant. Three very active dogs when you can't even move because you're afraid to. Not fun. And I wouldn't say I'm hard boiled over it, but it's it came so out of nowhere. Like I went to bed on Sunday night. I watched Sinners. I was in a good mood. Woke up at 4:30 in the morning and thought I was going to die. I never call out of work. The last time I called out of work, of course, was when Sue was attacked by the dog. So just hard boiled on just being out of it. But Brian, I also have something for you. You just got these cookies. I
No,
have Girl Scout cookies that are almost stale now. This is what goes on in Nebraska? You
what do
get
you mean?
things a month and a half later?
No, I've been purchasing for a while.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Been purchasing.
Second, I'm already on my the girl that I usually buy from. I've already done two hits from her, and then there's a troop that sits outside my local Walmart, and I buy from them as well.
So it's funny because I have someone selling them at the gym and they have it at the counter there, and she has half her cookies crossed off. Can't
Hmm.
buy them anymore. Are you the reason for this?
Probably.
You've made it all the way here.
Like I said, the girl that I buy from normally, like her mom on the when they do the last order, will always call me and be like, "All right, this is the last call. I can't order any more past this date. How much more do you need?"
That's incredible. Incredible. Well, sorry guys, not too hard boiled this week.
Yeah,
Which brings
I
us
know that.
to cracked eggs, which is slip ups. So that brings us to Matt. What have you done wrong?
Slip ups. So I don't know how this came to me, but I'm gonna fit it in here. I'm actually gonna talk about a slip up that my parents made
Oof.
when I was a kid. So I think this was 90 or 91-ish. We've talked about video games before. I was brought up with the Nintendo class of consoles. I had regular Nintendo NES when I was younger, and then Super Nintendo came out, right? SNES, and that was a pretty big deal, right? So my parents they got it for me for I believe it was my birthday, and I opened it up. I was really excited. We hooked it up, and the TV we had was too old and not quite compatible. There was a visual problem. So their slip up was not only did they cost themselves however much it cost to get me the Super Nintendo, which was probably like $200 back then, which is more than $200 now. They had to like on the spot go to the store and get a new TV because it was like we can't give this kid, this birthday gift and then he can't use it, you know? So they had to literally go buy a new TV.
And again,
Um,
TVs weren't as cheap as they are now.
yeah, and they're big and they're heavy, heavy, and I'm sure that wasn't in the plan. They weren't made of money or anything. So a little slip up.
No, I like
And-
that.
But what I really wanted to talk about, and I'm going to segue into this, is this reminded me of a project that me and a friend slash classmate worked on back when we were in high school. It is a poem, and I'd like to share it with you now. It was written by the anonymous Cadsman, and I don't have an exact date, but we're talking 1999 or 2000. It's called Nintendo Oh Nintendo. Nintendo Oh Nintendo, you were my first true love. From the zapper to the power pad to that awesome power glove, you occupied me for many days and many nights, playing against little Goombas and impossible Stalfos knights. Mario and Zelda graced Nintendo's 8-bit screen. In, co- in Contra, I had to kill the aliens with my kick-ass laser beam.
Oh boy.
Samus and the Battletoads each starred in their own plots. In the Mega Man games, I had to kill Dr. Wily's robots. With your polygons and pixels, you sucked me into each game. Not great graphics or great music, but great gameplay was your claim. I played every game I owned to the very end. You, my Nintendo, were my very best friend. But like all things, you must conclude, because of my father's bad attitude. He lost his temper and down the stairs you crashed. No more a Nintendo, you were just plain smashed. I gathered up the broken plastic and the microchips. I shed a tear and realized I'd never again hear your blips. But Nintendo, I must move on. I thought I'd never say this. I went to Toys R Us and bought a Sega Genesis.
What in the world is that?
So that's my cracked eggs.
Perfect.
Explain yourself with the poem.
The poem doesn't add up
Um,
though. Is it
me
because he
and
cracked the system?
me and you mean this what happened in the story? Or why did we write a poem?
Exactly.
Both. I mean, I guess, yeah.
I think that my friend had a assignment to write a poem, and this story actually happened to him. His father got pissed at him for something when he was a kid and threw his Nintendo down the stairs and broke it. And he was writing a poem, and I helped him write it. So,
Wow. Great job.
and you know what? It's so funny. So, you're walking around the halls of your middle school, high school, your school, and there's often like these like bulletin board. I mean, I don't know about nowadays, but back when I was a student, there's these bulletin boards or cork boards, and they've got different things displayed, maybe people's projects, and you know, like there's a special assignment, and oh, we're gonna display like the top six of them or something. Like, here's what we're working on. We printed a bunch of these out and went around the school and would staple them on top of other people's work, just throughout the school.
You vandals, you. Ah,
Oh boy.
All right. So thanks, Matt. That brings me to my cracked egg, which is way more serious than his. So it's a lot of seasons right now, right? It's college basketball season, as in like the what do they call it? March Madness.
March Madness, yes.
It's Lent. We're coming upon Easter right now. It's spring training, but it's also tax season. So I did not get. I did my just recently did my taxes, and kind of forgot a few things this year. One, I am no longer claiming any children, and I never changed that on
Uh-oh.
my on my taxes.
That's not good.
And I also took some money from like an IRA and was penalized for that.
Yep.
So instead of for the first year in 5 or 6 years not having a good refund, I owe $5,700.
That sucks.
Woo!
And that's all my fault because I didn't think ahead, with the dependents. I used the money for the roof. I mean, great job there. If I would have waited 3 weeks, I'd have a new roof anyway. But just a big misstep on my part.
You know, as a husband whose wife has a job that takes zero federal taxes out of her checks,
So,
I feel that a little bit there. Uh, I obviously can't claim dependence, but yeah, not you see, you think you're getting a great return, and then all of a sudden you see the number go kind of start shrinking down fast. You're like, well, shit,
yeah.
because
I'm
yeah,
sure you got to plan differently with that too, don't you?
Wait, what are you talking about? What do you mean your wife doesn't? What does that mean?
but
She
the
doesn't.
job she works at doesn't take federal taxes out.
Why not?
We've been trying to figure that out for 2 years.
You can't fill out a form and have them take money out?
Oh, if you knew this company, I wish it was that
Yeah, but
easy.
it's a government form. You fill what is it called? W-4 or something? You fill it out and then
Yeah, but finding someone who can get us that form to get us
oh
the information we
geez.
need,
What line of work is she in? I'm not asking where she works.
she's a lunch lady.
Even more interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, turns out none of them that she works with, none of them have federal taxes taken out of their checks either. So it's not just her; it's everyone that she works with.
All right.
Sounds like a huge problem.
It is very much so.
All right, Brian, but what's your cracked egg?
Mine goes back to my youth. As a young man, as a young child, I always enjoyed getting going Christmas shopping, as most kids do. This year in particular, we were doing some shopping, and my grandma, she loved Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And I was looking obviously for toys for myself because that's what you do as a child. And I found this great Snow White set. The seven dwarves were all there. They were these cool things where if you put them underwater, their eyes would, like if you had like Sleepy, you'd run it underwater, his eyes would close. It was this cool thing. I thought it was the greatest gift ever. I found it and I went and ran to my parents. I said, "We got to buy this for grandma. We got to buy it for her." And mind you, this is like maybe October, like 2 months away from Christmas. And naturally, the little child in me, I'm so excited that I found this gift for my grandma. We go home, we drop it off at the house, and then we have to go to grandma's. And what's the first thing I do when I run inside? I tell her what we just bought her. Just immediately ran in. Hey, guess what we just bought you for Christmas? And I just blurted it out immediately. And naturally, my parents are behind me going, "What are you doing? You can't say we just bought it. We got to wrap it for Christmas." And I, out of my own joy of thinking I did something great as a kid, spoiled this Christmas gift. Naturally, when it got to Christmas, my grandma knew how to play the theatrics. She would play it up like, "Oh, this is great." But in my mind, I still remembered, you knew this whole time. I don't get why you're so surprised.
She was trying to be nice.
She was trying to be nice, and I appreciate it. But yeah,
What a misstep that is.
yeah. And as a kid, even it hurts even more because then you're just like, Christmas is this great time, and yeah, just spoiled the gift.
How old were you?
I was probably 8 at the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Matt can
I was a
relate. He's
little
had an
older,
8-year-old for
but
4 years.
yeah, that's true.
All right, guys, I think we checked all the boxes there, huh?
Yeah.
Which brings us to pickled eggs with me. And I know Matt's had it with this because he's like, wait a minute, you just can't pick your topic every week because you think of stuff. But I said I was going to do one and done, but I decided to do a trilogy of Cancun spring break stories.
Yeah.
So, same trip, first year. Uh,
As we learned when we read off the box office numbers for the series, the last one always made the least amount of money.
yeah, we'll see about that. So it's we're at Ruby or Fat Tuesdays, and I think we've had a couple of 190 octanes already. If you haven't had any of those yet, I don't recommend you do because that puts you in like more of a you don't even know where you're at kind of situation. So this is early in the trip, and we're really excited because it's like here we are, spring break. We've been hearing about it our whole life. We've been seeing it on TV, seeing it in movies, and we are there now. We are here to live the gimmick, as they say, or live the life. And so again, we're at Fat Tuesdays, and all of us are feeling pretty good. Now we came, I was in my fraternity, and we came with a sorority. And even though, you don't have to hang out together, we were still in that early stages where we were just all really excited to be together. So they have a contest, right? And I'm like, I don't care what this contest is, right? I'm saying, yes, I'm going to do it. And they said, you need a guy and a girl. And I picked one of the girls I knew. You know, we were all friendly like that. And I said, come on, we're going to do this. She's like, what are we doing? I'm like, I'm not sure yet. So what we had to do was we had to run down to the ocean or the Gulf, switch bathing suits, and run back. But we had to have our arms locked the whole time. So we we're still in. We're still doing this. So, the whistle goes and everybody takes off. All the way down, we go, we're in the water. Dongs are flying, boobs everywhere. I'm putting on the top, I'm putting on the bottom, she's putting on the bottom, and I say, "All right, let's go." So we're connected and we're leading the way. Oh my gosh, this is great. So we're leading, we're leading, we're leading. All of a sudden, she falls. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, well, the hell with her. So I keep running. I keep running. I get there first and I have my hands in the air. And I'm like, what's going on? And all these pictures are being taken. So I put the thong bathing suit on backwards. And man, oh man, the water was cold. Pickled
Uh,
egg.
Also, I mean, clearly disqualified by not bringing your partner with you across the finish line. What are you thinking?
You just wanted to
Took a chance.
win.
I took a shot. I just took a shot. And also I got my moment. And
Man.
so did about, and they were those disposable cameras back
Yeah,
then.
I was gonna say, if it was present day, that'd be
Oh, I would
making
have been,
rounds.
that could have been viral and
Yeah,
not in a good way for me.
yeah.
Probably still known. But yeah, that's going to be it. That is my trilogy of pickled eggs from Cancun, 1996. All
And now
right.
starting next week, they go to Matt, right?
So let's put a pickle in it. Move on.
Absolutely. Which brings us to the omelet, which is Bryant this week. And I believe we're going to talk about not making it. Maybe they should have made it. Would they have made it?
It's a great thing. It's a great topic to talk about right now. As we have this boom with movies right now, some blockbusters coming out. It's always that time of the year going into the summer. This conversation really started by talking about this certain actress, Brad favorite, Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, come
Um,
on.
and she's made a couple of box office movies that have been real flops. The investment in has not come back. So the conversation kind of goes into, is she reaching her potential? Is she going to fulfill that promise of being this A-list star, this star that could be there? It's still early in her career, obviously. She's had the success of Euphoria, but it hasn't really fully transitioned to movies yet. So this week, I thought about some of the other people that I had seen in my youth. I'm saying my youth, but my movie watching, my television watching. Who are the people that I saw as these people that could be big stars and just never got there, never got to that A list, never got to that top of the mountain quota? Now, there are a lot of names out there. I will be honest, I limited my list down a little bit because I didn't want to, I could be here for hours talking about this too. So I have six names on my list that I'll talk about. And I figured my fellow eggs, I said we had a little homework. I hope you guys have some names as well. I'm sure there will be a little bit of cross, maybe on a few names. I don't know here.
I don't think
Um,
so.
Interesting. All right. I think a few names
I
I'll
think
probably
one.
keep
I
up.
think one. I
I think
predict.
none. I think none. I'm
I
going none.
predict one.
I'm
This
going
is gonna
none to negative one.
this is gonna be interesting. All right. So for me, the first name I'm gonna throw out here, Topher Grace, star of that '70s show. Eric Foreman was kind of the lead, made the big jump, had the role, and then goes into Hollywood. You have Spider-Man 3. You have Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. But what really was there from there? There wasn't much of the box office boom that came with him of, the big leading roles.
Right. He
And
played Venom, right?
he did, yes.
And then
Terrible.
there
Yeah.
is a Venom though. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. He plays the original Venom, but
Mhm.
I don't know if it's just the comedic, the styles, the genres. I don't know if they just kept him in that Eric Foreman role, but for some reason he never made that jump. He never made that transition. He had the great lead on that show. I mean, the show's built around him essentially. And to think that he couldn't transition like that just kind of seemed like a miss to me. So,
Uh, yeah. I mean, I thought Spider-Man 3 was terrible and laughable, and I could not believe they cast this kid into play who's supposed to be this serious evil villain. I mean, terrible casting. Terrible.
And it goes off that 70s show phenomenon. That's how
Terrible.
he got the role, was
I never
that.
thought it was that bad. Jeez.
Oh, it was awful. Awful.
I liked Spider-Man 3. That's
No
Black
way.
Spider-Man. Black Spider-Man's badass. And so's the name Topher.
Yeah, you know what? I've done the research before. It's really Christopher.
Yeah, it's Christopher.
But what an asshole.
How dare he change it like that? Oh. So this one I think is a little more obscure. I'm pretty sure.
Qualifies though.
Yeah.
Qualifies.
If I do have some pictures, if I do need to pull up some pictures to refresh your guys' memories on some people, I have Lily Sobieski on here. Thoughts? Nobody? Okay, great. For me, I first remember seeing her in the movie Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen. There you go. There's a stretch of a name for everybody here. This is her.
I know
Oh,
her.
she's familiar.
Okay. Also, the role probably both of you would know her from Never Been Kissed
Yeah, that's
with
where I
Drew
know her from.
Barrymore. That was kind of the known role that she was out there for, was Never Been Kissed. That's kind of been the big claim to fame. She was also in Deep Impact, some 88 minutes, some different roles, but she had some good fame as a child actor a little bit, but never really got that starring role, never got that potential for that lead. She was always kind of seen as a secondary character. But like when she got the chances, it was just those indie films, the low level films that not a lot of people saw. So there wasn't the box office appeal. There wasn't the attraction to it. So her name kind of just went away. And then with that, she just went away. She just gave up on Hollywood, and the roles didn't come. So she just wanted a normal life. But with the roles she had coming in, especially like Never Been Kissed, Jungle to Jungle, Glass, the Glass, stuff like that, she had the chance and it just never came to fruition with her.
I don't have any
Nothing.
comments because
Cool.
I know that one role and I think I've seen her a couple times before, but I'm not as invested as you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought she was going to be great. So that's just me, though.
It's okay.
Next name I have, this is, again, probably catered to me because I saw him first on Even Stevens. We're going to talk Shia LaBeouf. Boof, however you want to pronounce it. I don't
And
care.
there's my match. Yes.
Ah.
Damn.
Even Stevens leads to obviously the role he's known for, Transformers. Transformers is kind of the breakout role for him. I love him in Disturbia, if you've ever seen that film as well. I think it's a fantastic film. But he has these opportunities. He gets the role, Steven Spielberg cast him as Indiana Jones's son, wanting to spin the franchise off with him as well, which, could it have been done? Maybe. But, it's a stretch at that point as well. But he has the chance. He has the Transformers, what makes him a star. And then, there's behind the scenes drama. There's obviously substance issues as well that derails the career. And I think he had the potential, but it was kind of one of those things that he might have just shot himself in the foot for. And because of that, the roles go away and the opportunities are gone.
I was going to say the same things. Disturbia was like a surprise hit, made a lot of money. Transformers made a lot of money. I know they keep making those movies, but he hasn't been in one in like 15 years.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to be one of the more successful people that we mentioned today, because I do think he made quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
But I think the potential was there to be an actual A-list leading guy for a long time. He's probably still younger than me, and he just got arrested recently.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, yeah.
So I liked him in the greatest game ever played, was the
Yeah.
golf one. That's how I know him first because that's before Transformers,
Yeah.
and he was a golfer in that, and he was perfect for the role.
Yeah.
He could fit in, and then he was able to do Transformers, like you said. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Get it together.
A recent role that he was in that I enjoyed, I don't know if you guys saw, Peanut Butter Falcon as well.
Definitely not.
Oh, I did see that.
That was a recent one that he, like I said, he's still out there, but it's just not the mainstream that we all think of. And I know Matt just mentioned he's probably the one who's made the most money for our list. Not on mine. I include Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
Hayden Christensen, obviously known as, comes in as Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, the prequels of Star Wars. He gets this role and it's going to be the breakout of his career. And it really kind of ends up defining him because of the hate he gets as the Anakin Skywalker character. Some people embraced it, some people didn't. And because of that, like he's never really had that breakout role outside of that. Like if you think of him, you immediately think of those roles, obviously, but like what roles outside of that? His career kind of derails from there because people see the backlash, and a lot of studios didn't want to bring that into their movies. So I think he had that potential to become this breakout star, and it just wasn't there due to fan backlash, obviously.
All right. Yeah,
Go for it.
I feel like you're missing something that I feel is obvious.
Go for it.
It's not fan backlash. He's not a good actor.
To some people.
He's a bad actor. His acting was terrible. It wasn't the
That
role.
leads to the fan backlash.
It wasn't the
a little
role
bit.
or the
Yeah.
story or the fact that people didn't look too fondly on those movies. I mean, he's one of the reasons why people didn't look too fondly on those movies because he's supposed to
Yeah.
be a leading man and he sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have done a better job acting. It's awful.
Wow.
I would have paid to see it was Darth
Yeah, me
Vader. I will
too.
be honest. I would have loved that.
No, he was bad. He's a bad actor.
Well, there you have it. Mad
Yeah.
M, everyone.
Sorry.
Not him. Send all
Mad
your
M.
hate. Send your hate messages that way.
I agree. I'm surprised as well.
Yeah. We mentioned Shia as well earlier, so why not talk about his co-star, Megan Fox?
Egg favorite. Well, at least this egg.
I mean, she was on a
She was on a television show,
wasn't
Hope
she
and
on New
Faith.
Girl?
She was on Hope and Faith was the show. And then she did have some like minor roles in some shows, but she never had the Hollywood breakout
Yeah.
outside of Transformers.
No, I can't name another movie, but she was on New Girl.
Yeah. She was on New Girl, but like
Yeah.
when you think of Hollywood in the movies, she
Yeah.
was like when you saw Transformers, let's be realistic, men everywhere went, that's your star. She's going to come out of
Absolutely.
this, make
Yeah.
bigger movies, be this huge star coming out of Transformers. And then you have the issues with Michael Bay, which then kind of derails her Hollywood career because people didn't want to work with her. They viewed her the same light of like hard to work with, hard to deal with, and demanding. So her career just kind of goes sideways because of this war with Michael Bay that she has on Transformers.
I didn't know. I never heard that.
Yeah.
I thought she was great in Jennifer's Body.
Yes.
Doesn't she have like a weird pinky or something like that?
So do I. I think we're perfect for each other.
There it is. You could take MGK or that.
Your pinkies fit
MGK,
together
whatever his name is.
perfectly. Oh boy.
That's great. So the last one is going to be more of a, I don't want to say kids person here, but a young adult, Chad Michael Murray. Yes. Star of One Tree Hill.
Okay.
There you go. I mean, he was considered the star of the show for that show. Just for my fellow eggs to help them, this is Chad Michael Murray.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know that helped out a lot. Also has starring roles in the new version of Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. Also starred in A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff. As I said, kind of had that niche in the teen world a little bit. And, as he got older, most people thought that he would, come out of it. He became that Hollywood heartthrob through One Tree Hill, through those movies. And then never worked out. He just kind of fell off the radar. He had some supporting roles, but never got the lead roles. He does make an appearance in the sequel, Freakier Friday, that they just came out with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis as well, but never got the leading roles outside of those first two movies. It just kind of fell off, kind of supporting. He just became the secondary person in a lot of movies, but had the appeal early on that many people thought could take him there. And he just never was able to reach the potential. And I know neither one of you.
I've never in my life seen like a One Tree Hill or the OC or any of those like Melrose Place. Like I never watched shows like that ever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do. House of Wax? Anyone? No, I'm just talking.
Maybe yes. Actually, I have seen House of Wax. Horror movie.
Movie. Yes, he is in that.
Yeah,
he's the leading man in that movie. So, but now I'll pass it to my fellow eggs. Who do you folks? Who do you gentlemen
Brad,
have as some
you got a
ideas?
list. You want to go?
You can go.
I'll go.
Mhm.
All right. I really like my list. How about how about Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Good.
Perfect name.
He was a big deal on Home Improvement, which was on for a long time. There was like maybe 200 episodes, and he was like a teeny bopper heartthrob kind of guy too. You go ask Sue, and I think she had a poster of him or something, age appropriate at the time. And he did start to crank out some leading roles in like some PG-ish type of movies. And he very famously or infamously turned down the lead in American Pie, which could have changed everything.
For all of us.
Yeah.
He chose education instead. He hasn't done much acting, but could have been. Could
Could
have
have
been.
been.
This one I think is pretty good too. How about Taylor Kish? He was on Friday Night Lights, the TV series. When that ended, he had a couple of lead roles, and the movies didn't do well. You still see him around. He's usually one of the leads. They're just not big deals. I think he's a really good actor. I think he's never, he always delivers on whatever the role is. Um, I think Hollywood, it just, not that it disappointed him, but there's probably people in Hollywood that are like, man, how come this guy didn't have a more successful career?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's
I
can't put your finger on it.
right.
Yeah.
I had him as an honorable mention on my list. So
Can't put
yes,
your
I would
finger
agree
on
with
it.
that.
How about two ladies? We haven't talked about too many women.
Mhm.
How about Gretchen Mol? She just hasn't done too much. She was in Rounders back in the 90s, which was
Okay.
a very good movie. And she was on Boardwalk Empire, of course, the
Mhm.
HBO series. But that wasn't like that wasn't like Sopranos level success, that
Nope.
show. And she was good. And I've seen her in some other things, and I've always felt that first of all, she's beautiful. Kind of need that if you're going to be a Hollywood starlet. And she has that like screen presence where she's very captivating. She's commanding your attention. And to me, that's like an ingredient for a huge female star to be success in Hollywood. And I'm just not sure that she ever came even close to it, but she could have. I thought she could have.
I mean, that's a great one.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
good
good
one.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
going deep there, big guy.
I just thought of this one, and finally, I just thought of this one as we were working here. How about Katherine Heigl? She
I
was on
have her
Grey's
as
Yeah,
honorable
how
Anatomy.
mention
about
as well.
her?
Honorable mention as well. Yeah.
She was on Grey's Anatomy. She was in Knocked Up, which was I think
Huge
a
hit.
huge success. All the Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen
Mhm.
stuff. You know, some of these people, I think they bury their own grave a little bit. I didn't look this up because again, I just thought of this right now. But I'm pretty sure that when she was on Grey's Anatomy, she like got some sort of an acting nomination, and she made some sort of comment like, "Geez, I don't even know why I would get that nomination. The writing's not even that good," and just fucking buried herself.
Yep.
You know, like what are you thinking saying something like that?
Yeah, it's a Joey Tribbiani move right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right, so my list is excellent.
Yeah.
So I broke the rules a little bit.
Oh, please.
I have three names here that were surprisingly not leading men. And I thought we were talking men, not women. I thought women
Yeah.
was going to be another day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too late.
Megan Fox and everything else. But
Yeah.
then I have one that had no business ever becoming a leading man,
Can't wait.
and one that I was shocked that became a leading man, but it worked out. So,
Brad's going deep here.
Kirk
Love it.
Cameron from Growing Pains.
Sure.
You know, it
Yeah.
was a few years after, but not completely after Family Ties, where Michael J. Fox went on to become a big movie star and then went back to TV. But I would always consider Michael J. Fox a leading man. I think, of course, health complicated things for him later with that.
Hmm.
Um, but Kirk Cameron was the heartthrob in Growing Pains, and I mean, he was pretty good. He was a really good
Yeah.
actor. He played the dumb guy, the dumb kid that didn't try very hard, but then he was more. There was always more to him every week. And I'm not sure what happened because I don't know of anything he's in. They may have done a couple of small time movies. I think they tried a spin-off, but I don't know of anything he is. I know he did become like real involved in his church and become a pastor. I don't know if that had something to do with
Yeah,
it.
he does a lot of
Yeah,
like deep religious stuff.
yeah.
But I'm just saying this. He had everything going for him, and then he just went a completely different direction. So I guess maybe he did it on his own, but he did not become a leading man. I think he was expected to.
Good
Mm.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, let's face it, the
How
sense.
did he not work out better?
So then you got The Rock, who's, as I have to hear constantly someone say, he's the biggest star in Hollywood. You have someone like Dave Bautista that even has, I would say, leading roles, maybe a couple, but great roles lately and has evolved, and I have a feeling we're going to see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and all these guys. How in the world did the biggest star in the world, because even Hulk Hogan made he may not have been the best movies, but he was in a lot of them.
Don't you
How did,
disparage Mr. Nanny. Don't
and
or not Mr. Nanny. The one where he's the nanny. I can't think of it now.
yeah,
Dang
that's
it.
it, Mr. Nanny.
Mr.
Isn't it
Yeah,
Mom?
Mr.
Mr.
Nanny?
Yeah, Mr. Nanny. Yeah, I'm thinking of Mr. Mom at the same time. Yeah, Mr.
So
Nanny.
yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin, biggest star in the world, hottest selling T-shirt. I mean, still to this day, is one of the hottest selling T-shirts, and a great look. You can see every role he can play. He's not going to do much. He's going to be an action star, right? I feel like you could have put him in so many movies, and it just didn't happen. So that was another one. And how about this one? NYPD Blue, David Caruso. David Caruso, I believe you can fact check me on this, but he did one. This is why I'm saying this, Matt. He did one season of NYPD Blue because he was going to go on to become a leading man and to be a movie
Yeah.
star. So he actually left a show that went on forever and
Yeah.
was a huge hit because he thought he was going to be a leading man in movies. And that's why I bring that one up because he went to go do it and it did not work out. I'm not
Yeah.
saying he was in nothing. I'm not
Right. He
saying
did. He was
Hmm.
on CSI Miami, I think, for
later.
forever.
Well, then I felt like he settled back like for
Yeah.
their like going back to a nostalgic kind of role.
Yeah. You know, those, if you have a role on one of those procedural dramas that goes on forever, that is the life. Because if you are on a network show, you get paid a lot of money,
Hmm.
and there's a very clear-cut schedule, and it's very formulaic. You know, that's an easy gig. You're playing the
Mariska
same
Haggerty, right? Is that her name? The one that is in SVU?
Mariska Hargitay.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
for saying it right.
Yeah.
20 some years doing
Yeah.
this? Yeah, take it.
That show started in 1999,
Yeah.
SVU.
That's a
Hmm.
good example though. Like you say. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like you're playing the same character, right? So you're not you that's well defined years ago. So you just got to bring the same thing to the table every week. It's not like you're you're not Christian Bale where you have to go through a transformation every time you
Let's go
have a
put
new
on
job,
300 pounds and lose my hair.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm not disparaging any of these people. I'm just saying
No.
that's a great gig.
Yeah.
David
He had
Crusoe had a great gig. But you're
and he, I
right,
think
Right.
one
was
year.
not a movie star.
No, did not become
Yeah.
one. Thought he was. Now this guy had no business ever becoming a leading man, and he is. And that's Keanu Reeves. He does not, he is not a
Very
good
much,
actor.
very much a successful leading
Listen,
man.
we know about the
Yeah.
John Wicks, we know about all those, we know about The Matrix.
Yeah.
But there was a movie that I really enjoyed, but man, it was tough. It was kind of like my Luke Skywalker in it, if you know what I mean there, or Anakin. And it was Devil's Advocate,
Mm.
and there was a crying scene where he didn't cry, and just don't do it then. Just don't do it because there were no tears. It was the most awful scene in the history of movies. He should have stuck with Bill and Ted to me, but yeah, he made
Ah,
it.
yeah.
He beat the system. He beat the system somehow. That guy made it. He knew someone.
Yeah.
Yep.
And finally, this guy really worked out, and I never thought it was going to happen. It's Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never thought he was
I
going to
see
be a
that.
leading man when I saw Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. No, he big success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge success now. Because you
Jurassic
look at like
World,
Guardians of the
Worked on
Galaxy.
his looks,
Guardians of the
worked on his
Galaxy, Jurassic
acting.
World. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
big,
know
big
who,
parts.
you know who I'm that's a good one and this made me think and not that it's really that similar, but how about Seth Rogen? I
Yeah,
mean, who says that guy should have been
he's incredible.
the
Yeah.
I love him.
I just started watching the studio now.
Oh,
Ah,
Studio's so good.
that's
Yeah,
good.
it's all good. It's all good. Everything on Apple's good.
Everything on Apple is good.
It's true. Matt loves Apple.
I love Apple. I love
Uh,
Apple. Shrinking might be the best show on TV, right, Matt?
Thinking is absolutely incredible. But Seth
That's
Rogen, like,
hatching, by the way.
everything the guy does, I'm like, this is good. And he writes it and he fucking directs and produces and shit, like he's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, back to you.
Well, like I said, this can go on forever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, there will be a part 2 of this because I have more names that I didn't even talk about that we didn't even touch on. But it just goes to show you, wherever from TV, other movies, whatever you're coming from, your star can be there. Are you going to be able to get there, or is something going to slow you down? Can you make it to the top? And that's sometimes what slows down everybody is there's something there, or the roles are not perfect for you. But the list goes on. There will be a part 2.
Great job,
I
Brian.
liked it.
I enjoyed it too. I enjoyed it. Everybody had their own takes. One common,
Yeah. One
What
comment
did
through it
I
all.
say?
but
Nailed it.
also a
That's
lot of
perfect.
honorable mentions mentioned by Bryant of
Two.
yours.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Those count as a third.
yeah.
Which brings us to bullshit eggs.
Bullshit eggs.
And I do this, I was doing this for Matt and Brian because they don't get to vent, even though Matt does it in his sunny side ups.
It's true.
So, Matt, what do you got?
I got 3 real quick things. We may have already covered this first one before, but Tostitos scoops. It's like a quarter of the bag. They're flat. Like that's some bullshit right there. What is that? We just allow it to happen.
Yeah, it's not right.
And it's got a fucking exclamation point. At least take away the exclamation point after scoops, motherfuckers. Bullshit. How about in your fridge? There's the crisper drawer.
Yeah.
That shit ain't doing anything. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
It's a fucking drawer.
Well, I mean, some
Oh,
of them are
slide the little plastic thing over.
going.
Bullshit. And finally, there's an election coming up, and most of our elections here, you wind up with 2 candidates, but before 2, maybe there was 5, and you whittle it. You have the primary elections or whatever, and you whittle it down, and the people who aren't going to make it, eventually they decide it's time to stop, and enough money and time has been spent on this. I'm not going to be a contender. I'm going to suspend my campaign. Bullshit, you're going to suspend your campaign. You ended that shit. Suspend. Suspend means pause.
Right.
Suspend. Who are you fooling? Bullshit.
I like it. I like all 3. What about you, Bryant?
I love them. That's perfect. Because at the same time, I just want to go on the suspend thing for a moment. What do you plan on coming back? No.
You plan on coming back, bro?
You don't. You're done. You're just say you quit and like, you guys, this was fun. I'm out. Thank you. I expect you now to be like, if I suspend it, I want you back next year just to prove your point.
Okay, let us know when you're returning.
Yeah.
Very good. I just have one, and it just happened again at Walmart. So, when you check out at Walmart, you have the choice of having a receipt sent to your email, print it out, or none at all. Well, I think printing none at all, or even the email, is bullshit when you're in a Walmart. Because when you leave a Walmart, if there's anything outside the bag, they're checking your receipt. So if you have big water, or if you have cat food, or something like that. So I'm calling bullshit egg on the option of giving no receipt.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but that is very contradictory of them, isn't it?
Yes, it sure is.
My Walmart does not give that option. It is text, email, or print. You don't get the option for no receipt. It's text, email, or print.
Well, option for no receipt.
Yeah.
And even the email. What I got to stop the cart. Let me get on. Oh, here, guy. Guess what? Got a new Gmail.
Yep.
Sucks.
I created this just for Walmart.
All right, Brian. Which brings us to you.
I have 2. I will double up here. As we've been talking about recently through many episodes now, there's a lot of snow happening in our areas. I think it's bullshit that a city has snow plows and then refuses to plow the city streets. Why have them if you're not going to use them. We have emergency snow routes. Should you plow that? No, you just want them to sit there and look pretty? Great. Hey, the interstate's over here. We'll plow that, but we won't bring it into the city to plow any streets in the city. Bullshit. I pay
Well,
for that
the
for a
reason.
reason. Help me.
You do pay for it.
Like,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you pay
the
for it.
fuck? Um,
What's the reason though? The money?
oh, no, probably not. That's just laziness.
You ever think about getting yourself on one of those bad boys? See what they're going to pay you?
There are people who now have built their trucks with the snow plows in front so that they can get paid to go plow
Yeah.
parking lots for
I
stores
know a
and
million people
hospitals and
like
stuff.
that around here. Like,
Yeah,
not a million, but we know a lot. Me and Matt probably both do.
yeah. But that's how all of our parking lots get cleared. Is they just call these people. They won't plow the streets, but because they
No,
don't
that's a
want
good
to.
gig.
But yeah, great gig to have.
Mhm.
And then my second one is more for me. Um, there was a time, and by the way, this will be after this happens. Or I don't know because I don't know when the Academy Awards are. There was a time when the Academy Awards was 5 movies. 5. It's now 10. Why? Why keep adding movies? This is bullshit because now we're just going to throw random movies in there that probably don't deserve it. Who cares? Like 5. End of discussion. It's bullshit.
There's an easy explanation
Please.
I
because
know it.
people
I don't.
will, if they see 10, they're gonna spend more money to watch those 10, whether they go to the theater more times or rent it at home or find it on streaming at home or whatever. And also, like you said, they do. First of all, it's not always 10. It can be up to 10. There's been years where it's 9. But
Oh, even better. What the fuck?
but
What a difference.
I do appreciate that it gives a chance to highlight movies that maybe don't check the usual boxes of like, oh, this is some period drama with, you know, uh, some Charlton Heston type of actor in it, or like, do you remember that movie District 9?
Yeah.
That was nominated for
Even
Best Picture.
Hamnet this year's kind of like a period piece.
Yes, right. But I'm saying that's the sort of movie that normally gets awards attention.
English Patient.
A movie like District 9 would be a movie that's like, it, it's a surprise, It's different. It was a sci-fi movie.
I just feel like we're just throwing bones to movies that I mean, sure, it's gonna make me watch. It's gonna make
Yeah.
me watch more movies. Great. There's 10 nominees. I've watched 3.
Yeah. Well, that's on you.
I know. Matt's watched 7, by the way, if you guys haven't known
I
that, if you're
have
counting at
watched
home. And it
7.
might be seven and a
Actually,
half.
I think it's 7.5.
I don't know how I guessed that. Right on the money.
Perfect. Yeah.
It is 7.5.
But I also had 10 movies, not just 5, and I have it crossed off. Because you know why? Because we talked about this in the group chat.
We did.
And that's
That's part of the
cheating.
reason. It's part of the reason I brought it here because it still made me mad. It still makes me mad.
Oh, very good. Which brings us to a new topic alert. And you know what's
New.
even newer about this one? Is it was on the ledger, or not the ledger, it's on the topic sheet. And it's just said egging it on, but egging you on, but it doesn't give what it is. So Matt, what is it?
Oh man, so many things here. Egging you on. It was a topic name without an actual topic assigned to it, so I had to make that up. And it's a new topic alert, and it's in the SNL slot. So what a recipe for
What a
fucking
great. Yeah.
failure here, bro.
This is the Red Rooster all over again.
So when we first set out to make this podcast, we were willing to sacrifice what we might get in extra viewer or listenership by being a controversial sort of let's clickbait our listeners. We're like, no, let's be more lighthearted and talk about things we want. And maybe not so much on the hot takes and that sort of stuff. Well, now egging you on is hot takes slash rage bait. So here you go. I've got 3. And maybe you'll agree, maybe you disagree. I don't know, but these are my egging you on takes. Number 1, people should better appreciate TV shows that air week to week. That used to be life, right?
Yeah.
Broadcast television, one a week. Next, Netflix comes along, and of course, a lot of other streamers follow suit, and you drop a whole season or maybe the first 3, and you let people binge. And But don't get me wrong. I've binged many a thing, whether it's brand new or, oh, I'll go binge a show that ended 5 years ago that I'd never seen before. Lovely. But a few years ago, a little show called Yellow Jackets premiered on Showtime, and it was just different than anything I'd seen in a while. And I really liked it. And when it ended and the credits came up, I went, "Oh my God, I gotta wait a whole week for the next one. Holy shit, I haven't felt this way. I haven't felt this way, the anticipation." And now there's other shows like that. And I think the best example, if our fans out there right now, would be Severance, because that is a big time sort of sci-fi, make you think what's going on sort of show, and you're only getting one a week. So there's a lot of people out there who are like, I'm gonna wait till they all come out and then I'll binge them. I don't know if that's always the answer, guys. Hot take, I guess.
I it's funny because like with Lost was a really big one with that.
Yeah,
I think the week to week's good. I think binging is if you want to do it, but I don't think you have to do it.
you're right. It's nice to have both.
Yeah.
Here's my
Appreciate.
problem, and I can own this. I can't binge. I can do like
Hmm.
two or three, and I'm done.
But
Like
that's a binge.
I
Three's a
move on.
binge.
Like, and three's a max maybe. It's mostly the time it's two. But if I'm lucky, I can get a third in, and then I'm done. I can't. I don't know how people are like. There's 12 episodes. I'm gonna watch them all in a day. How the
Yeah.
fuck do you do
My
that?
kids both did it with Stranger Things like the last three seasons
Hmm.
How? I don't get it.
because they stay up all night and
Yeah,
watch it.
Yeah, that's
true.
nuts.
But
Not,
no, the week to week. That's how we lived, man. That was
that's how
you.
we
The
live.
anticipation built.
Called normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I may have mentioned this before, but there was a time when I had all the DVDs of 24, the show 24,
Hmm.
and I had lived with my cousin at the time, and I brought home like season 3 or something that we hadn't seen yet, and I put it on the dining room table or something, and he got home from work and watched the entire 24 episodes. And 22 hours later, because the episodes are only 45 minutes, 22 hours later, it was back on the dining room table with a note that said mission accomplished.
Oh my gosh. What a
That's
psycho.
Wow.
insanity.
Yeah. No good.
All right, let me move
No.
on to the other two. I think the only people who think that the Impractical Jokers is funny are the Impractical Jokers themselves.
Yeah. Hot take, but
Completely agree.
true. You know what? This is dislikes, a little bit of hot take,
This is
and
just Matt's
like,
dislikes.
and,
Yeah.
and yeah, and Brad's observations, like
Yeah.
all
This is
wrapped in
Matt's
one.
observations and
This is the
dislikes in a
show.
category.
This is the show.
This
This
is
is
the
the
show.
show. But how are those guys still on
I hate those
TV?
guys. I can't even stand the way they laugh.
God, they
Hmm.
laugh
I wish
so
I
hard.
one of the reasons that you have a DVR and you fast
Oh
forward.
my God. And finally, dinner in a movie is backwards. Who wants to go to dinner
Mm.
and then have to worry about making a time for a movie? No.
I don't want to be hungry in the movie theater.
You go
I
to
do
the
that.
movie first.
I do that every
Mm-mm.
time.
You go when me and Sue do this, we go to the movie first at an appropriate time. And then we have a leisurely, lovely dinner afterwards with no care. We could discuss the movie that we just saw.
The problem is, Matt, there are 7:30 and 9:30 movies as well.
Yeah.
You're going to a freaking matinee, then
You're going
hitting
to
No,
the
the early
matinee.
bird over at freaking Denny's.
Yeah.
no. The dinner's not the early bird. The movie is the early
I
bird.
know, I just felt like
That's
making
what I
this
meant. The
whole
matinee. Yeah. You're going to the matinee
It's
showing.
not a matinee.
the
It's
matinee. You
early
probably pay
evening.
instead of 12.50 or 14.50, you probably pay 12.50.
No, it's not
That's
a
true.
financial decision either. It's because the thing that has a schedule attached to it, you do that first.
Yeah, but
You're
you're
the
not.
guy. You're the guy who goes to the noon movie, aren't you?
Yeah, 4 o'clock dinner too.
Why do you keep saying
I
that?
don't know.
I
I've
do
heard-
it every single
Rage
time.
bait.
Sue and I just went to the movies last weekend. We went to dinner and then we went to the movie
Yeah, I'm more.
right
I'm
in a
more.
row, back to back.
Okay,
I'm dinner.
so
I'm dinner than the movie, especially
so
if there's
I've
drinks at the
I've
movie too.
I've successfully egged you on.
All right.
There
Well,
it
thank you
is.
for that. That was whatever that was. Which, Matt, you might as well go ahead and keep talking for a while because we have socials and next week.
Oh man, good planning.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to be in the
Oh,
SNL spot, you know.
we are three eggs are better than one, cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Find us on YouTube at Three Eggs Are Better Than One, the number three, the letter R, the number one. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at Three Eggs Are Better, the number three, the letter R, and our individual accounts at AskManBrad, at BHarumza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy without the I. How about some five-star reviews on Apple Podcasts? Please comment on YouTube. Apologies to Bober. We ran out of time. Next, I've got the omelet, and we are going to revisit something. It's not likes, it's not takes. It's going to be things we say. Now, in the past, I've asked you guys to come up with quotes that you carry with you in life from TV shows and movies, and maybe some famous sayings or words to live by, or famous advice, things like that. We've brought a lot of that to the table. But what I've noticed in my life, especially between me and my wife, is both of us, we are always saying and repeating stuff, whether it's from a movie or a moment in our lives or something, some experience in our life. And it doesn't even have to be from something. It could have been something that we made up, an inside joke or something that has wedged itself permanently into our lives. I have an ever growing list of things we say, and I'm going to bring a list of my own, and I would like you guys to bring a list of yours as well.
You got it.
And
Sounds
do.
good. I'm already writing down notes. Brian, take us home.
We thank you guys for joining us this week. We've had a lot of fun stories here, and the trilogy has been completed by Brad. We finally know all the stories about his vacation. We've learned so much. Hopefully, you've got a leading man or a woman that you guys still believe in that can make it to the top, because we all always have one. So the egg timer's been set. We'll see you guys next week.